Hi there, Rutva. Let's take a look at your new set of essays, okay? Let's get straight into it. The first one is about online communication versus face-to-face communication. Let's see what you said. People all over the globe are now becoming highly gadget savvy. Domination of technology is been noticed in almost all the fields, like teaching, corporate, and even social world, which created a debate on online communication versus face-to-face meetings, especially in corporate sector and workplaces. My essay will discuss positive and negative sides of the topic, along with examples to demonstrate points and prove arguments. Okay. It's okay, but there are a handful of problems here, okay? A handful. First of all, you had a number of grammatical mistakes, so it felt unnatural. It felt rather choppy. Grammatical mistakes that you don't want to make in your introduction, because your introduction is essentially the first impression the examiner gets of your writing, and so you want it to be as error-free as possible. Okay, that's the first problem, and we'll talk about those errors one by one. The second thing is, it asks you very directly if the advantages outweigh the disadvantages. You need to address this. You need to answer this in your introduction. So you didn't do that. You just said that you're going to discuss the positives and negatives, and that's not enough. You actually have to answer the question. Do the advantages outweigh the disadvantages? All right, so now for the grammar. People all over the globe are becoming highly gadget savvy. The domination of technology has been noticed in almost all fields, like teaching. Now here's a problem. You can't really say that social world is a field, and the corporate field, the corporate world, I don't know. There was something weird about this grammar here. So the domination of technology has been noticed in almost all fields: teaching, the corporate world, and even social life. Okay, maybe you could have said it like that. In like teaching, the corporate world, and even, how about this? And even in our social life, which has created a debate on online communication versus face-to-face meetings. Now, here, this kind of connection, which created a debate, I don't really feel like this is a particularly faithful rephrasing of the prompt. What does that mean, that there's a debate on online communication versus face-to-face meetings? Okay, I feel like this needed to be kind of flushed out a little more. Okay, so why don't we do a couple of things here, Rutva? Let's try this sentence one more time. So the domination of technology has been noticed in almost all fields, from teaching to the corporate world, full stop. In these fields and more, meetings more than ever are being conducted online rather than in person, and this has created a debate on this topic. Okay, now here, this was not a sentence. Look, you have full stop here, then you have this, and you have full stop. That's not even a sentence, that's just a fragment. Okay, so then you need to say, I believe that whatever it is you believe, whether it's good or bad, you know, whatever, and then you can say, this essay will discuss, etc., etc. Okay? So there is, not are, evidence is uncountable. So there is ample evidence that supports the idea of using online communication. The central reason behind this is twofold. Firstly, it is highly convenient. No matter where you are, what time it is, you can communicate, how about with your workplace, not at your workplace, with workplace easily with the help of wireless communication. Secondly, it is time saving. You do not have to travel all around from your home to workplace. Well, let's try that again. You do not have to travel from your home to workplace to attend conferences or meet someone. For example, in a recent conference here, the director of World Health Organization not had stated, but just stated that work from home and online communications have proven to be a boon to the world's economy in this COVID pandemic. However, sometimes issues like slow internet and system crash can create hindrance in your work and may face delays until it gets fixed. Okay, there's really no reason to add this here. You're talking about the advantages. So in the last sentence of your paragraph, the last thing you want to do is say, oh, but by the way. So try to avoid this, okay? What you needed instead is a therefore. It is clear that in many situations, work can be conducted from the comfort of one's own home, including meetings and conferences with the help of online communication. All right, that would have been appropriate. All right, just like a wrap-up sentence here for this main idea. All right, let's move on to your next paragraph. Now, we never use contractions in task 2, all right? It's an academic essay. It's semi-formal, so no contractions. So, although we cannot ignore the benefits of physical gatherings, no. You can't use although like this. Although needs 2 clauses, okay? So, say, for example, a positive clause and a negative clause. Basically 2 sentences that have contrast, and then you can join them together with an although, okay? Now, the way you wrote it here, what would have worked is however. So, however, we also cannot ignore the benefits of physical gatherings in this virtual world. Face-to-face meetings make the connection between 2 people stronger. You have to use your correct word order here. This is because of, now careful, few gestures means very few, like almost none. I don't think this is what you mean. You mean this is because of a few gestures like shaking hands while greeting, interaction of eyes. This is called eye contact. Interaction of eyes is not an expression. So eye contact while talking and a break, no. And breaking the ice between strangers, which are almost impossible in virtual communication. Therefore, now the physical world is moving fast towards the virtual world, and people at workplaces are quickly adopting the new methods of communication to save time and increase their productivity. Now, again, this sentence feels like it belonged over here. Okay, so your last sentence in your paragraph is like kind of changing gears. It's kind of like I don't feel like you're using the last sentence in the paragraph appropriately. So essentially, I really want you to refer to the template where it says that the first sentence in the paragraph introduces your topic. It gives like the main general theme of your paragraph, okay? And then that last sentence in your paragraph is supposed to be a restatement. It's supposed to be kind of like a summary, like a conclusion of what you said, or a restatement of that first sentence, okay? And that's not what's happening in either of these paragraphs here. So what you really want to say, let me give you an example. Here, it should have been, however, we cannot ignore the benefits of physical gatherings in this virtual world. Okay, that was your first sentence. Your last sentence should not be what you wrote here. It should be something more like, therefore, there are certain forms of communication that can happen only physically, which we miss out on in virtual conversations. All right, that would have been more appropriate. So, conclusively, from the given examples and arguments, what happened here? From the given examples and arguments, comma, I don't understand this point of increment, and online communication at work outweighs, we don't say overweighs, outweighs the advantages. I don't understand this point of increment. That really confused me. Of face-to-face meetings, as virtual communication has dominated the methods of working in the corporate world. All right, I gotta be honest with you. I'm not really clear about your conclusion. And this is so important here because if you look at the band descriptors, I encourage you to look at the band descriptors for task 2, and it says no conclusions can be drawn. I can't draw a conclusion here. I don't know if you think the advantages of one outweigh the other. You wrote the advantages of face-to-face meetings as virtual communication has dominated the method. I don't understand what this means. Okay, so I know you had asked about your band score, so I really want you to check out the band descriptors for task 2, as that's the main thing you want to look at. It says something in task achievement for band 2 that no conclusions can be drawn. Okay, so as far as task achievement goes, that's what I'm kind of leaning towards in this essay. There were some problems with grammar. Some of these problems created some incoherence in a couple of places, like your conclusion, for example. And I also feel like some of the development needed some work, as I already told you. The last sentence in your paragraph, of each of the 2 body paragraphs, was a little strange and it didn't really fit into the overall structure of this, okay? So those are some of the things that really need to be improved in this essay. I want to take a look now at your task 1 and see what you said there. It's a cover letter for a job. Let's see what you said. Dear Sir, I'm writing this letter in regards to a job vacancy I received in my email. This is a little awkward. All right, let me see it. Hold on. That our company is looking for a candidate to work for full-time in accounts department. I'm very much interested to apply for this position and would like to give brief details of my work and qualification. All right, I want to fix this first sentence. It was really rather awkward. So let's look at it again. Dear Sir, I'm writing this letter in regards to a job vacancy with our company that I received in my email, full stop. I understand that the company is looking for a candidate to work full-time in the accounts department. Okay, and then here it should be qualifications with an S. To start with, I was hired as a part-time employee 6 months ago in July as the accounts payable officer. In the meantime, I learned and performed several roles like doing scrutiny, I don't know what that is, doing scrutiny, and processing invoices, plural, filing of processed invoices, and was also responsible for doing payments to vendors. Well, processing is the right word. You don't do a payment, you process a payment to a vendor. However, I also want to master my skills in accounts receivables, and this is the main reason why I want to apply, or why I would like to apply for a full-time position. Or this is the main reason, why I would like to apply for a full-time position. Consequently, my future goal is to acquire 360-degree knowledge of accounts and upgrade my skill level to accounts officer so that I can serve the company and contribute myself to achieve, I don't understand that, and contribute to achieve and overcome the financial instability companies facing in the past few months. All right, grammar, again, Rutva is a problem here. So, let's try this again from here. So that I can serve the company and help it overcome the financial instability it has been facing in the past few months. I would be grateful if I get this opportunity and will try to give my best to set up the goals, not to set up to goals, but to meet the goals for the company as well as for myself. Looking forward to hearing from you. I would have preferred I look forward to, okay, more formal, and then yours faithfully. Okay, fine. So again, Rutva, I thought that the grammar was problematic here. Let's see. You, as far as task achievement is concerned, I thought you did fine. You answered all the bullets appropriately. All that was well done. I was okay with your paragraphing, also fine, no problem. It was really grammar, a couple of bits of vocabulary as well. But really, I want you to revise rules about articles. There are specific rules about when we use the in English. That seemed to be a consistent problem here. And some other pieces of awkwardness. So go ahead and correct those. But as I said, please revise the rules about articles, about the, okay? All right, go ahead and correct these. Let's see more work from you, and lots of luck to you.